Hello, today is March 11th, 2015, and I'm going to be talking about why you will not see three-bedroom condos in Victoria. My name is Dustin Miller, and I'm a realtor with Sotheby's International Realty Canada here in the Victoria office, and I'm very interested in the local condo market. I'm also a member of the Downtown Residents Association Land Use Committee, a part of the UVic Urban Development Club, and a professional who works with the public on a day-to-day basis buying and selling real estate. And I often get asked about the prevalence of three-bedroom condos in the downtown and surrounding areas. So there are many people who are envisioning a revitalized downtown and often think that it's important to weave families into the fabric of the city. In a recent meeting with Mayor Lisa Helps, I also learned that she is an advocate of making space for kids downtown to explore, to play, and to learn. Developers certainly could start providing more family-friendly amenities such as jungle gyms, child-friendly pools, and hangout areas. Provisions for establishing daycare centers in mixed-use buildings would also help. Of course, this comes at a cost that urban professionals and retirees, who are the majority of the market here in downtown Victoria, aren't willing to pay. Mayor Lisa Helps brought up an example of the future of 603 Pandora, which currently is a dilapidated ex-strip club and motel right in the heart of downtown, across the street from Chinatown. And there they would envision a plaza that would be conducive to children being able to play outside and pets run around, and really extending that great public space that we have at Centennial Square, which is the home of the CRD and City Hall. So I really appreciate Lisa Help's bullish vision for the city and having children and families present. However, as a real estate professional, I think the city has a long way to go before families even consider moving downtown and establishing their home and families in the area. So here's why. Let's start with economics. So newer inventory of residential property in downtown Victoria consists really of microlofts, studios, 500 square foot, one bedrooms, and about 700 to 900 square foot, two bedrooms or two bedrooms and den. I have really not come across any new projects in the last 5 years that contain three-bedroom condo units in the downtown or immediate downtown vicinity, other than an extravagant penthouse. There was a 3-bed, 4-bath penthouse at the Sovereign on Broughton Street, right by the Bay Center, close to the Inner Harbor, 3,200 square feet, similar to that of a large family home that you could find out in Saanich. But that sold for $3,178,000 this past January. Given the job market in Victoria and the size of our population, I really don't think this sort of arrangement is going to reach and fit for most families, especially young families. A quick look on the multiple listing service for three-bedroom condos in the relative downtown area, and there is one for sale, but it has been for sale since 2007. So it's a main level unit situated on the outskirts of downtown on the upper hill of Yates and Johnson there. At 1235 Johnson in a 1970s building weighing in just shy of 1,200 square feet. Coincidentally, it has an age restriction of 18 plus. Definitely not conducive to a young family. So condominium bylaws could show more flexibility towards the presence of children. Of course, there are pros and cons to having a quiet adult versus a family-friendly building. And to be honest, three-bedroom condos are going to attract kids. Children can often be seen as a negative externality in stratas because of the noise, damage, and strata liability of a hit and run in the parking lot or off the balcony and other such incidents that children get themselves into. So if you watch my video on how Victoria's condo market performed over the last 5 years, you're going to notice that newer inventory is going for about $400 to $600 a square foot in downtown, James Bay, Vic West, Fairfield. And with the newer developments, we're also seeing smaller and smaller unit sizes. So we're seeing a lot of one-bedroom condos in the $250,000 to $350,000 range, while larger two-bed and two-bed plus den units go from anywhere from $350,000 to $550,000. And I've really noticed that the availability of the two beds and the two bed plus den are rather scarce in new construction projects. This is due to significantly lower demand in these types of units. When you go to a 3-bedroom unit, assuming constant market rates of $400 to $600 a square foot, you're really putting the price tag of the unit in the $400,000 to $600,000 range. And at this price point, you're really going to be competing with the rest of Greater Victoria and Saanich, because families can get a nice townhome or a single family home on a, say, 6,000 square foot lot. Economically, you're going to have actual land, more square footage for your dollar, and it's going to be a better option for those families to live on the outskirts or in the suburbs and accept that cost of commuting in and out of the downtown core. Now, another ailment to seeing 3-bedroom condos, when I talked with developers well known to towns, as a Chart Developments, they all told me that the Victoria pre-sale market is brutally tough. It's really hard for a developer to get their project off the ground here in Victoria because pre-sales are so weak. It's a stark contrast to what you see in Vancouver, where people will even wait overnight on the street just to buy a condo contract that might not even come to fruition for another 1 to 3 years. So Victoria pre-sales are really slow to happen and absorb, and it's really critical that developers have pre-sales so they can secure their construction financing. And time again, developers are forced to increase their allotment of 1-bedroom or bachelor units in their projects to really entice those investors and the young urbanites whose fixed income can afford a mortgage up to $300,000. And even if those units don't sell, 1-bedrooms have great rental potential. Victoria has about a 1.8% vacancy rate as of Q4 2014. Furthermore, a developer is going to tend to see better returns on multiple 1-bedroom units than larger 3-bedroom units on a sales per square foot basis. Given Victoria being notorious for its height restrictions and the high cost of land, developers are going to be opting to maximize their returns with 1-bedrooms and 1-bedrooms plus dens, which really appeal to the mass market here of the young urban professional, the technology professionals, and those who are on lower incomes. So when you're talking about 3-bedroom condos, you're going to be looking at newlyweds who are going to be seeking to establish a family, and they're going to be opting for the stereotypical 3 to 5-bedroom home in the green, leafy suburbs. 3-bedroom condos would tend to attract those families who want to be close to their workplace in the downtown core. But as I've been saying, very few units with 3 bedrooms have been built in the last 5 years, and that's surely the minimum for a young family with a child or two. And it's really not just about building 3-bedroom units. Most buildings are not currently developed with families in mind, but rather target young urban professionals seeking hotel-like amenities and social areas. Condominium bylaws usually have strict rules regarding noise and other grievances and tend not to be particularly child-friendly. Then you also need the child supportive infrastructure, which is not just on the developer, but also on the city and surrounding retailers. Larger social systemic issues that we see in the downtown core with homelessness. And these really need to be addressed before families feel safe and are willing to relocate downtown. We need to have schools, library, parks, and community centers. So what's my solution if the city really wants to see more 3-bedroom condos and trying to attract families to the downtown core? Well, it's going to be a building that's going to be offering a 2-bedroom suite with an attached small studio apartment of, say, 350 square feet. The studio will need to have its own separate entrance, like a back door on a single-family home or like you would in any basement suite. as well as a door connecting to the main unit that could be locked. A couple or a small family could live in the 2-bedroom unit and rent out the studio for a few years until enough of the mortgage is paid down or household income increases. Then they could take back the suite and use it as a master bedroom and have the remaining space as a bedroom for their kids or an office. So that's the only way I predict that 3-bedroom condos will come into fruition in Victoria. You're going to have a 2-bedroom unit with a studio suite attached with its own separate entrance and connectivity to the main unit. And this could also help alleviate rental housing needs in the city and solve the problem for families. So if you want more information on condos, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3 bedrooms, or no bedrooms at all, feel free to get in touch with me. My name is Dustin Miller, and I'm a realtor with Sotheby's International Realty here in Victoria. You can get in touch with me at 778-678-9815 or visit my website, www.dustin-miller.ca.